friends, welcome back to How to Improve Your Balance. I'm Adrianne Caparuso. Yesterday we talked a little bit about heel to toe walking, right? And then tandem walking, and I told you to work on those because that leads us into today's balance exercises. So I'm going to show you once again 2 different things you can do to progress and challenge yourself, because what will happen over time, if you didn't master those in one day, do not worry. But what will happen over time is that you will become stronger in that tandem walking because your foot pattern will be more stable and secure. And then you're going to come and say, Adrianne, I need something more. This is something more. Adding on to the tandem walking. Remember, the tandem walking was the heel to toe walking, right? And I said your goal is to get your head up. From the side, the tandem walking here, head up. Well, the next part of that is moving your head. Because one of the things that tells you where you are in space so that you can have balance is your vision. And so we are going to move your eyes with the head. And part of what we're doing is we're taking away one of your reference points for your brain to know where you are in space. Why would you do that? You do that because often when you're walking, you're not walking like this with your head. You're looking at the trees, or you're talking to a friend, or there's conversation happening. There's something going on around you. There's somebody whizzing by you on a bike and you turn to look at them. You often move your head when you're walking. And so what happens then is, again, your vision tells you where you are in space. When you pull that away, you still need to know where you are in space. And so again, we are training the brain to know what to do when it has one of the sensory items, the vision, taken away. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the head back and forth. So you're standing here. You're still going to be doing that heel to toe tandem in a straight line. We're not walking with this wide open center of gravity here. We're still walking in that narrow center of gravity. I'll show you from the front and the side. And it looks like this. You're moving your head. And will you wobble a little bit? Probably. Most likely. Because you're moving your vision, and your vision tells you where you are in space. So you might wobble a little bit, have a wall, have something next to you, right? From the front, looks like this. It looks a little silly when you're doing it, and sometimes people move their heads, like they jerk their heads a little bit and they move a little slowly because they're trying to not fall and figure out where they are. Again, if you need to walk by a kitchen countertop so that you're holding on to something, please do so. It looks like this. Ooh, losing my balance a little bit. But this is what it looks like with the head, and I'm going to even do it backwards, going back. Don't you do it backwards. I'm just backing up to my spot. You, I only want going forward. So you're going to move your head as you go heel to toe. And that takes time. And even after you do that over a little bit of time, you might still feel wobbly. That's normal because you don't walk in that, again, that narrow center of gravity. When you walk with the wider stance, and if you're talking to somebody, you are more stable and secure. But again, by training it narrowly, we are training your body that once it has a wider center of gravity, it is secure. We're training your brain to keep you secure and stable. So that's the first progression from yesterday. The next one is this. This is not in a tandem straight line walking. This is simply, remember how I talked a few minutes ago about things that might, talking to a friend, or looking at a tree that you see that's pretty, or that bicyclist that whizzes by you. I want you to be able to, in a sense, multitask, if you will, while you're walking, because you're seldom walking and not doing anything besides staring straight ahead and like, this is how I walk. That's not how people walk. People walk with distractions going on around them. So grab a piece of fruit. I have a ball here. You can use a lemon, an orange, an apple, whatever you've got in your home, and you're going to walk tossing the ball from one hand to another. And again, in doing this, your eyes are moving, your head is moving a little bit, but you have to maintain your balance while doing that. And that is training your brain when there's distraction going on, that I can still move my eyes, but still stay upright and not trip and fall, okay? So a progression, that was from hand to hand. You can also do one hand if you need to start there. And if you're doing one hand, I want you to do both hands because I want you to train both sides. I think that's a smart thing for you to have to do. So grab a ball, grab a piece of fruit, grab something. After you do the head, walk with the ball. You see how my eyes are following the ball. So I want your eyes to follow the ball because I want you once again to take one of your sensory components away that tells you where you are in space so that your body knows how to respond when you're walking and you look at something and you're pulling that sensory component away. Okay? So, and if you want to, you know, I don't recommend the narrow, I mean, you could do the narrow walking, the heel to toe walking, I suppose. If you feel confident, like you're not going to fall tossing the ball, if you don't have to hold on to something and you want a little bit of a progression, you can do the tandem walking with the ball. That, you know, that will train your body too and your brain. But to start, keep that stance a little bit as a normal walking stance. A normal distance apart, hip distance, shoulder distance apart. And start like that, and then if you want to progress, you can narrow it and, you know, do it like that. I probably crossed my eyes as I'm looking at the ball. But those are 2 more exercises that you can do to work on your balance. Again, if you have any questions, you can always comment. You can go to my website, you should see the link below, and check out what I do and how I'm training balance. Thanks so much for your time. I look forward to seeing you for day 3 tomorrow.